y'all know what queer means. Y'all should really know what queer means. It is what, 2018? Okay. Queer was used queer has not meant strange in a good while, okay? Since like the 50s, queer has been used as a slur towards gay people even.
He didn't even have to use the word queer. He could have said something like squares
right.
or like something like that.
To be honest, squares fits in right there if you want to go into 50s dictionary since you suddenly don't know what queer means in 2018.
Right.
You could have just said, I do not vibe with squares.
WKNJ 90.3 FM, Keene University.
Hey everybody, welcome to our first show of the Devin Hour of the spring semester. Oh, I'm so super duper excited. Today we have a very special guest, my good friend, the host of the Tales of a Tired Black Girl.
Yeah.
Yes, Annabelle.
Hello,
hey.
guys.
But before we get into our topics or whatever, we have to do, I call these my church announcements.
Okay.
So whenever I announce whatever's going on campus, it's the church announcements.
Okay.
So auditions for Roots. I thought they were talking about the play Roots, but they're not talking about the play Roots. They're actually doing this for Black History Month, right? They're going to have a whole bunch of different students go in and do poems and songs and, dance and rap. I don't know why they called it Roots. But it is what it is.
Actually, I have a little thing about it's kind of funny, right?
What?
Not like funny as in, oh, that's funny. That's not funny. Like, it's actually genuinely funny because I'm on the ASA e-board,
right?
The African Student Association e-board, and it's kind of, I actually really love this. We kind of came up with Roots at the same time because we have two Roots programs. They have theirs, which is like more of a performance program, and we have ours, which is a discussion program focusing more on like Black topics and stuff. So I actually really love that. I want to go to Roots. I want to see when it comes out because I actually missed the last one and I was very disappointed. So that's cool. We have like two different type of Roots coexisting on some campus. But ours is in March though. So again.
Yeah. So after Black History Month, yours.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. So if you want to go audition for Roots, you got to go to the Myron Student Center in room 312. At 3:15 p.m. That means during college hour. On January 30th. That's a Tuesday. Make sure you bring a poem. Make sure you bring a rap. Make sure you bring a song. They did like a little impromptu audition in the Myron Student Center the other day, and some dude went up to the lady, and she was like, "So what are you going to audition?" He didn't bring anything with him. Now, I mean, not say impromptu because they did put it on the announcements, right? That they were having it in the Myron Student Center. So I was looking at him like, so you're not going to, okay, boy, but
you're not gonna actually,
you're not gonna have
anything.
like any material. But yeah, so 3:15 in Myron Student Center on January 30th. That's a Tuesday, and room 312. And secondly, if you're into Black pop culture, music, and entertainment, join Pulse in the MSC Little Theater from 7 to 9. There will be, what is that? Oh, January 30th again. There on January 30th, go to MSC 309 in the Little Theater. They have if you want to join a team, then you sign up in 309. It's going to be a whole fun thing. So show up if you want to win and if you know your Black pop culture.
Right.
Show up January 30th, 7 to 9.
I will definitely be
Come
there.
through. I forgot the name of the game though. I should have wrote that down.
Yeah, I think that part was important.
Is it called Pulse? No, the group is called whatever.
We're just gonna go with that, y'all. We're just gonna go with that.
So positivity. That's always next. Betty White turned 96 on the 17th of January. I can't believe that she is sticking through.
She's been around since before sliced bread, y'all.
Yo.
That is amazing. Like, that's really amazing. Like, you were born before sliced bread was invented and you're still here in the age
okay,
of...
was she really born before sliced bread?
No, she really was. Because when... Yeah, no, she really was. Sliced bread was... I can't remember when it was created, whatever the hell. Someone decided they wanted to actually slice bread up instead of having it in a bowl. Yeah. And Betty, she's been around since before that.
So you're telling me there was no sandwiches made before Betty White?
I don't know about that, but there was no already made sandwiches. I can Google this right now. She was born before sliced bread.
I'll take your word for it. Mary J. Blige, she's nominated for Best Supporting Actress at the Oscars.
Yes.
For her role in Mudbound.
Yeah.
And I did not watch the movie, but I heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, I didn't watch that movie either. Honestly, I'm gonna be real, but I'm still here for Black women succeeding.
I'm just happy to hear that Mary J. Blige is still getting her clout in 2018.
Again, I'm here for it.
Every ounce of it, I'm here for. So congratulations. And this is like major, right? You never hear about like R&B singers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was her. There was Jennifer Hudson. Like Diana Ross.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many female R&B Black singers really get nominated for these big awards like that.
Yeah,
so
like
that's
the
amazing.
Oscars
Yeah.
and everything, especially because we had that issue last year.
Right,
Oscars
right.
so white. You know. Also, to really recap real quick, sliced bread was invented in 1928.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So that is before Betty White. She was born in 1922.
Exactly. See?
That's wild. That is so wild. So nobody was making sandwiches prior to 1928, 1926, or whatever. So now our music. So since we've been gone for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, there has been like a lot of music that came out. But I'm only going to dwindle it down to this 4 in particular. So Cardi B and Bruno Mars's Finesse.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I did. I enjoyed it. When I heard the song on the album, I really didn't care for it too much. But the remix, Cardi B did add something new and fresh to the song. What did you think?
I think I actually did really like it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say when I first heard it, I was moving. Okay, I was bopping around. It's a very energetic song. Then we bring into play like the music video and everything. Like it really, the music video took it to a whole other level.
Right.
Because then it started adding all these colors and all this whimsicalness in there, and it brought back that whole nostalgia that everyone really loves, because everyone is on that 90s train right now, and we went back to like In Living
Color.
Yeah, In Living Color with that, and I'm just like, I'm here for it. But my only issue is, I know I'm gonna get tired of that song. I know it.
That's the thing with every Bruno Mars song, isn't it? They get played to death.
Yeah.
Every single one of his songs.
Like I can already feel myself getting tired of it, because I feel like it's so catchy, but it's also so wearing. So wary, actually. So I just feel like I'm definitely gonna get tired of that song sooner or later.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what happened with 24K Magic.
Oh my God.
Or That's What I Like, because Bruno Mars has this tendency to be tiresome very fast.
Yeah. I think we all just don't like to admit it, but he does.
Yeah, we get tired of it very fast when it comes with him.
Very, very fast.
I don't know what it
especially
is.
since he's like America's little sweetheart.
Yeah.
And he gets played everywhere after he releases one song, and you're gonna hear that song till like the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm just
And then
like,
you might just hear it next year.
Yeah. It's like the happy syndrome. Like Pharrell's Happy.
Yeah.
It's that.
Oh, no, don't remind me.
We all try to forget about
We all
that
try.
one. We really did.
So Tinashe also dropped No Drama featuring Offset. You didn't hear it, did you?
I've heard snippets. Don't want no drama.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
I love Tinashe.
Okay.
My little mixed child. I love her. Okay. But I feel like she went the wrong way. I'm gonna just say this because I feel like, again, it's one of those things where it's like Tinashe in the studio and everyone's like battling for what kind of sound comes out of
from her.
Yeah. So I feel like once again they kind of tried to go with the whole let's do something that will make
Tinashe pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get very 2-on vibes from this, right?
Yeah.
They played her up with this rapper that's like very hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then they released a single and is like very trap or whatever. So I did get 2-on vibes from this song. But I liked it.
I won't say I definitely liked it. I liked it still. But I wish it was more like, just because I'm a little like fake art hux, you know? I can't say the other word.
Right.
But just because I'm like a little, I want more C'est La Vie.
Right.
I really wanted.
But that's what I like about Tinashe. She could give us C'est La Vie. She could give us Lucid Dreaming. But then she could give us No Drama. And she could give us 2-on, All Hands on Deck.
Yep.
Or Super Love. She give us the
Super
pop
Love
songs.
was my everything.
That's a bop, wasn't it?
Right. It's an eternal ass bop.
Yeah, and people really did not like it.
I don't know why. The video was everything to me. That song was everything. Tell me that does not stick in your head, okay?
Yeah.
Super Love was the summer song for me. No one can ever tell me anything about
That's
Super
what
Love.
I like the most about Tinashe. She could give you the pop. She could give you everything. Even from her mixtape, she was giving you all of that.
Yeah.
I'm just tired of people always trying to box these
her.
artists in. I mean, I understand why, so you can have an understanding of the artist a little bit. But when it comes to her, she ticks so many of the boxes already. There's no reason why that she's not as big as like a Camilla right now, or like, you know what I mean, like
a Camilla. But I think honestly it's mismanagement, because
yes, definitely,
she has. Let's be very real. Tinashe has stage presence.
100%.
That girl will get up on any stage and perform her little tush off. She knows what she's doing. She works the stage greatly. Her voice is great. Even when she pens songs, she's great. Like, Tinashe has it all. It's just really mismanagement. And again, like she did point out one time, stan culture kind of like has failed her, because while people are like, oh, we love you, Tinashe, we love you, we love your looks, we love this and that and third, people don't really support musically, which is sad. But I also feel like my little gripe with No Drama is like, it's good, but it's also like, it's kind of forgettable at the same time.
Do you feel like that?
Yeah, it's like, it's a little forgettable. It's like, I feel like the chorus barely kind of sticks with you, you know? Like, it's good and it can be catchy if, you know, it got a lot of radio play, definitely. But it's also kind of forgettable. Like, I feel like if you listen to it once, you're not necessarily, like, itching to come back to it. Like, you know?
Unless you're, like, a fan.
Yeah, and I'm a fan, and I wasn't, like, really itching to come back for it.
I loved it. As soon as it came out, I kept playing it over and over again. It was a bop to me. So I'm excited for Tinashe. It's about time she released this album, honey.
To be honest.
It's been like 3 years.
I would say I love that video. She was serving me little God dancer vibes. I was feeling that.
Yeah, Tinashe does it. She gives you a visual, and
Yeah.
she will give you a dance.
Yep.
So I live. Next, we're going to do this very quick. Justine Skye Ultraviolent review. You didn't listen to the album like I told you to, did you?
No.
It's fine.
I'm awful.
It's fine.
I was trying to find a way to stream it in a way that would not give her any monetary value, and I could not find it, because I absolutely refuse to give Justine Skye my coins. She's not getting any of them at all, ever.
The album itself, it wasn't all too bad. It was decent. It could have been better. I felt like it was rushed. But then again, she's been putting out an album for years now. So this is the end product, I guess. I mean, it's decent for like a release, but I already heard half of the album before it came out.
Yeah.
So it really was kind of like anticlimactic for me. But other than that, I mean, Justine Skye just continued to improve.
Yeah.
That's all that is. And then Camilla's album, trash. So then, with that being said, we are going to go into our first song, which is Tinashe's No Drama.
Okay.
Because
yes.
it bops. Maybe if you hear it louder.
Maybe.
Maybe if you hear it louder, you could like really vibe. Because I heard that shit. Oh.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Excuse our language.
Once I heard that song on like, was it on my really good Galaxy headphones?
Okay.
And they were like bumping.
Booming?
Yes. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay, maybe I do need to hear that, because you know it's differences to it.
Yes, it is. So this is Tinashe's No Drama.
Okay. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited.
All right, and we're back.
Hello.
Told you those songs are bops.
I was actually put it wrong. They are. They really are, because I was in here dancing. Yeah. I'm still not giving my coins to Justine Skye, but you know, that was a good song.
So the second song was Justine Skye's Good Love. It was produced by Party Next Door. And it was really, I was so shocked. I didn't think that Justine could pull that kind of song out of herself. So yeah. Now is our topics. I like to call this hot mess, because 9 times out of 10 it usually is a hot mess. So let's start off with the people eating Tide Pods.
Oh,
the Tide
my
Pod
God.
challenge. What did you think about this, Annabelle?
Okay, so first of all, I remember seeing the memes, right? But I remember how it started. It was a forbidden foods thing. So people weren't really like saying they were eating Tide Pods when it first started. It was just a meme. Then, I guess somehow, people thought, let me actually go eat a Tide Pod, because I don't understand ironic humor. So kids were really out here eating Tide Pods, not just eating them. People were out here vaping them. People were out here trying to put them in bongs and smoke them. And I was really just sitting here like, why? Now, first of all, I did look at the people who were doing this, and I noticed a lack of melanin.
Okay.
And I was like, that's explainable. You know, I understand it now. I understand it a little bit better. But still. And I wanted to say, too, like, the news really just sits there and takes things out of proportion.
Right.
Because they were all like, oh, the Tide Pod Challenge.
Yeah, like, this thing blew up like it was something. I couldn't believe it.
There was no Tide Pod Challenge. There was never a Tide Pod Challenge.
So you don't think that there was a Tide Pod Challenge until the news started talking about a Tide Pod Challenge?
Basically, like, because, again, I'm a very, like, I never really post on social media like that, but I stay on it.
Right.
So I saw all the stuff before the news covered the whole Tide Pod Challenge thing. And the only thing I'd seen with someone actually ingesting a Tide Pod was just literally, like, the guy who decided, I'm going to smoke this. And that was it. That was the only thing I saw, except for, like, the memes and stuff. But no one was really eating them in the memes.
Right.
Then the news said, hey, parents, your kids are eating Tide Pods. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, now kids really are out here trying to eat Tide Pods. And I was just like, why? This is what y'all do.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue what people were thinking.
Yeah.
Literally ingesting the Tide Pod, because not only does it have the detergent and the fabric softener in there, there's also the what is it, the
plastic?
The plastic that dissolves, right? So why would you ingest that? I don't get it.
I don't know why people do these things. I was really like,
this thing is just as dumb as the cinnamon challenge. Remember the cinnamon challenge?
Throwback.
But at least the cinnamon challenge, at least cinnamon is edible.
Yeah, in a capacity.
Yeah, in a capacity.
Yeah. At least that was edible. Yeah, like you said. And it was like, I don't know. I feel like every couple years something comes up where people just want to, like, endanger themselves. And that's fun. I don't know if you ever saw, like, back when Vine was a thing. People were, like, setting themselves on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right?
if you remember that little challenge, people were setting themselves on fire and then seeing how quickly they could, like, hop in the water or how quickly they could get water thrown on them. And I was just like, y'all just love risk-taking. It's really amazing to me the lengths people will go to.
Just for the internet. Just
just for, like, clout. Like, come on now. Come on. Ooh, you see, it is a good thing you call this hot mess, because this really is a hot mess.
Yes,
that's all that's in my head right now. Hot mess.
I just still can't fathom why anybody would want to ingest a Tide Pod willingly. It doesn't even
look appetizing. Like, nothing about a Tide Pod looks like good.
I heard somebody say, "Oh, it looks like candy." I don't know about that.
I don't know what type of candy you buy, but it does not. It does not.
Yeah, I don't think so. Next, we have Genuine. And so let me just give some background before we get into whatever we're talking about with Genuine. So Genuine is currently on this. Well, actually, he got eliminated last night. But he was on Celebrity Big Brother. And there is this, and it's a women's season. So they have black women, white women. They have, then they had a transgender woman by the name of India. I forgot her last name. I think it's like Willicombe or something like that. So they were having this discussion about trans women and would a straight man,
a cisgendered,
cisgender straight man, would date a transgender woman. And so this question was talked amongst the men in the house and the trans woman India. And so she asked the question to Genuine, and Genuine said no. And they asked why. He said, it's my preference. And India was like, okay, but if I was a real woman, I mean, not if I was, she was like, just put the T's aside. Like, just put the trans aside, the word trans. Me as a woman, would you date me? And Genuine said, yeah, a woman. And so India was like, okay, so then, like, how about you give me a kiss or give me a hug? Like, trying to prove a point. And Genuine was like, no. And it was what it was. And then the news took it. Mainly Black Twitter took it, and they ran with it, and they were saying, and they were calling India all kinds of transphobic names, and were just like dragging India for it, talking about it was like sexual assault or whatever. And let me just say this: it was nowhere near sexual assault. It was not. She just wrapped her arms around him and said, give me a kiss, to like prove a point. It wasn't sexually or anything. It was like, okay, how about you give me a kiss? Since you said you would date women, I'm a woman, why don't you just give me a kiss? It was trying to prove a point. And then Genuine said, nah, and it was that, and that was that. It was it. It was whatever.
Okay.
And also, the black community, I'm going to need you guys to do better when it comes to trans people. Because that was just so horrible. You know, my thing is, I think when especially cisgendered heterosexual men, when they think about dating somebody trans, they automatically equate that to being gay.
Right. Because let's be real, people cannot get over their obsessions with genitals.
Right.
And it's sick. It really is sick. Like, okay. Now, my whole thing with that, like, was just when I was hearing the news and I noticed how they painted it. When I was initially hearing the news, I was like, okay, she shouldn't have tried kissing him. That's like, that in itself is wrong. But at the heart of it, people were really misunderstanding everything. No, he is not transphobic because he didn't want to kiss her, but he is transphobic for saying, hey, I would not date or kiss a trans woman because she is trans. Because at the very end of the day, trans women are women. Trans men are men. The only people who are trans and not a specific gender would be non-binary people.
Right.
Because they don't fall into any like specific gender. Although some people might say, hey, I'm feeling like I'm on the masculine spectrum today or I'm on the feminine spectrum today. And that's that, and that's okay. But when we start getting into this thing of, oh, you're not a real woman because you weren't born with so-and-so genitals. You're not a real man because you weren't born with so-and-so genitals. That is transphobic. And I've had to really sit there and try and explain this to people so many times, but I don't even try to speak on like trans issues like that because I myself am not trans.
Right.
So I'm not trying to like
speak on an experience that you have no experience living.
Exactly, because like then I might be speaking over someone who really is trans, or I might be spreading a misconception. But at the end of the day, I know like, and honestly, we were even talking about this in class, not in terms of like transness even. We were just talking about biological genders and stuff like that. Gender is not biological. It really is not.
Completely different. Sex and gender are completely different.
Different things. And we mentioned how like this was found out even in the 60s. Like the study, it was either in the 50s or 60s, that gender is not biological. Gender is a social structure. Construct. Yeah. Gender is a social construct, to be very honest. So at the end of the day, there are people who were assigned a gender that they do not fit into, that they are not. And that is fine. You know, that is okay for them to come out and now express the gender that they really are. So when people go ahead and try to invalidate that, when people try and go and say, oh, because you weren't born this way, you're not this gender, or because you still have this certain genital, you're not this gender, and I can't date you because that makes me gay, or that makes me not straight, plain and simple, you're transphobic. That is not a preference. That is not...
Yeah, and I hated that they try to make it seem like, oh, it's a preference. It's a preference.
Yeah.
No, stuff like that could offend a whole group of people. That's not a preference.
Right.
It's like when people say, oh, I wouldn't date nobody black. That's racism. That's not a preference.
Exactly. And you know y'all turn up for that.
Right.
But so you need to understand the whole thing of...
But that's the black community's transphobia right there.
Right.
And it really disgusted me when because I made a point and I said, India having this argument with Genuine, she's barking up the wrong tree.
Right.
And I said that because Genuine is an R&B singer with this big black following. And not only that, like, he would never admit on national television if he would date a trans woman or not. He would never admit that on national television. He has this image.
Right. And you'll have all these women suddenly clamoring at him. You'll have people suddenly clamoring at him. We still can't even in this day and age separate like bisexuality from gayness. Right. When it's black men. Because people today still feel, hey, if you're a black man who's bisexual and you've had sex with another man, you're automatically gay. There's no separation there.
Even if you were to date a trans woman who is a woman. So technically, if you're a straight man, you're still considered straight because you're still dating a woman. You're a straight man. They still will call you gay because just for the simple fact that that person is trans.
Right. Who was that other R&B singer who ain't really like popular.
Bobby Valentino.
Yep, that's
remember how
Bobby
they
Valentino.
dragged
They
Bobby?
dragged him to hell and back. Okay, talking about he was caught with a trans woman. Oh, he's gay. Oh, he's this, that, and the third. I'm really gonna need y'all to stop,
right?
Because again, this is transphobia and homophobia in the same. Like in
we
the
just
same
need to
circle.
educate more. The black community needs to be educated. But the thing is,
they don't want to be educated.
They don't want to be. We're giving you the resources.
Mm-hmm.
We're telling you what it is. But yet, for some odd reason, you don't want to take it.
No, because when they say that, when they see us trying to educate them, they say we're trying to push a gay agenda.
Right.
Which does not exist. Let me tell everybody listening right here now, if you think the gay agenda is real, I'm going to need you to go read a book. I'm going to need you to read 3 books. Probably a little more.
Right.
Because you're extremely uneducated. Because if we honestly paint things the way they need to be, gayness, queerness has existed since the dawn of time.
Right.
Thank you very much. It existed in Rome. It existed in Africa. I don't care what any Hotep man tells you. It existed in Africa.
It was legit in the paintings and the art and all. It's in there.
Yeah, it was there, and it was real, and it existed. So we have been around for as long as every straight person has.
Right.
But what was pushed was the straight agenda. Let's be real. Because it was thought of it being right for men and women to be together. That was the picture that was painted. Every image of gayness, every image of queerness was erased, was put aside, was hidden. So really and truly, y'all have been the ones pushing the agenda for the longest.
Right.
We just want visibility. We want our rights. We want to be.
And we're speaking on LGBT in general.
Yeah. Not just trans people. Because another thing, too, is trans people are in the LGBT spectrum, to be very honest, even though some people within the actual LGBT community like to forget weird, that. Yeah. But every person within the LGBT umbrella just wants our rights. We want to be viewed as the human beings we are, and we want to be validated, to be very honest. We want people to know that our experiences, our love, our whole lives are valid.
Right.
Nothing we are is a choice, to be very honest. So for everybody who says you choose to be gay, you choose to be trans, you choose to be this, that, and third, it's not a choice. Because trust and believe, if I had a choice in whatever the hell I was feeling, men would not be a thing I went near. Just letting you know. Cis het men would not be a thing I went near ever. And I'm pretty sure it's the same for a lot of you.
Right.
So
with all that being said, there's a bigger discussion than just than what happened on the show. Mm-hmm. That really showcased what it's like coming from a black man. Mm-hmm. And not only that, it really showcased the ignorance of the black community and how we just need to do better.
To be honest.
Speaking of LGBT queerness and the black community, Offset.
I do not vibe with queers.
So Offset used the word queer. I don't know the song that it was used in. I don't know if it was a Migos song or if it was a feature.
I think it was a Migos song because I saw the little clip and they were all standing over there.
So there was a line. I don't know what the words that leading to the line, but all I heard was, I don't vibe with queers.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just speak on this really fast because I know you got a couple things to say.
Yeah.
Offset, you're not stupid. You know what the word queer means. You talking about I never heard that word before. I never heard the term before. Or at least according to your girlfriend, that's what you said. But we're going to get into her a little bit. Mm-hmm. You know what the word means. Number one, you're from Atlanta. One of the gayest cities ever.
The most DL cities ever.
Okay. Okay, there you go. You're from Atlanta. I'm pretty sure somebody has used the word queer in front of you, especially while you were in high school and middle school. I'm pretty sure you have heard the word queer in a negative context. Not only that, you and Migos have had a history of homophobia.
SNL.
Okay, you guys have said some real homophobic stuff. So why are you surprised that people are going to be mad at you for saying the word queer? So I don't know who's in your camp. I don't know who's at the record label. I don't know who's your manager who allowed you to release this song or to have that line in the song. Mm-hmm. But really, I understand that the dictionary the dictionary definition of the word queer is strange or weird. Okay, I understand that, I guess, whatever. But We all know the term you were using, especially since we know your little homophobic past.
Mm-hmm.
You should have seen this coming. And you should be a little bit more smarter about what you write and what you put in your songs. And that's that on that. You go ahead.
Okay, so now if we want to play into this whole I'm just ignorant thing,
Right.
which somebody kind of made a little thing of because apparently he spelled something wrong. I'm like, y'all, whatever. Let's not even go into that. If we want to play into this whole he was just ignorant thing, what about the people around him?
Right.
Just like Devin said, what about his camp? And it was really weird because I thought about this as I was falling asleep last night. And I was like, why is this in my head, first of all?
Right.
But I was like, how is it that the studio, your managers, everybody around you, like really listened to that song, heard that line, and was just like, okay, I'm going to let that go.
This is probably what happened in the studio. They heard that line. Oh, this is hard.
Right. They were like, oh, yeah, we about to win all the awards. What? Like, no, they really heard that line and were just like, I'm just going to let this slip out in here. And I'm not expecting any backlash at all. Like, y'all know what queer means. Y'all should really know what queer means. It is what, 2018? Okay. Queer has not meant strange in a good while, okay? Since like the 50s, queer has been used as a slur towards gay people even.
He didn't even have to use the word queer. He could have said something like squares
right.
or like something
to
like
be
that.
honest, squares fits in right there if you want to go into 50s dictionary since you suddenly don't know what queer means in 2018.
Right.
You could have just said, I do not vibe with squares. Do you see how great that still goes?
Yeah.
But no, I do not vibe with queers. And we know you all refused to share dressing rooms with drag queens on SNL. We know that, see, honey. We know.
And then for him to come out and say that he had respect for the gay men because they do his fashion and whatever.
Yeah. That's basically saying
That's a
I'm
slap
not
in the face.
right. I'm not homophobic because I have gay friends. Wait, they're not even your friends. I'm not homophobic because I have gay people who work for me. That's
exactly what it is.
Right.
So
does that make sense?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Offset, really, for real. like
for real.
But Cardi, girl, for you to come out your face in that live stream and talk about he didn't know what that meant. Mm-hmm. And I've never seen him
with these people.
Yeah. I've never really heard the word too. Girl, now you lying because you have a whole bunch of LGBT friends, number one. So you claim.
She used to go to Pride, okay? She went to Pride, like,
she went to Pride a couple of times.
Yep, consecutively.
And with that, she's from the Bronx. Mm-hmm. You know what those words mean.
You definitely do.
Once again, another gay holy mecca, New York City. Like, you know what these words are.
And another thing, my little beef for Cardi is, number one, sis, you should have sat, right? You really should have stayed sat down and silent, just like you were the 2 times he came out and cheated on you.
Oh my
and
God.
that all went viral. Ooh. You should have stayed as silent as you were done. Another thing is, you really came out while defending him and showed yourself again, because she had a moment when she said the T word, the T slur. Mm-hmm. And she was really like, oh, and I said the word beat, because I'm not going to say it, because we all know that's a slur, okay? And then she really went ahead and said, oh, and you know what? I said it only because they say it, and that's okay. Yeah. And let's be real, we all know they say it. You do understand, just because somebody says a word
doesn't mean you should be saying it.
Right. Because here again, we go into the thing of marginalized people reclaiming a word that was used against them and using it to empower and describe themselves. Right. They can say that and you can't. Just like I can call my girl the B word and you can't call me the B word because it doesn't have the same connotation. Just like I can say the N word.
And nobody else better say it.
Right. So to all of you who always say, oh, it's in the song, it's just the word, the sentence, you shouldn't be saying it. It's not yours. But that's a whole other topic. Again, I really think, what's her name? Bellatrix, that's Cardi's name. Whatever. Tricks are for kids.
No.
Belcalis. I don't know. Why did your parents not like you? Ooh. For you to... Sis, she has been getting on my last nerves because every time she opens her mouth, It's one or the other. Girl. And I actually have, not to plug myself here, Devin, but y'all should turn into my show tomorrow at, what is it?
No, go ahead. Plug away, honey.
Yep. What is it? What's my time again? 1 o'clock?
I have no clue.
I think
you should know your time.
I think it's about, my time is at from 1 to 2 on Thursdays.
Tales of a
Tired Black Girl. Please tune in. I do have a little session on Cardi and how she frustrates me to heaven and back, because girl has done a lot in the last couple months. She has, been relevant.
Right. And with that, speaking of Afro-Latinas.
Woo!
We're going to go through this really quick because we have to go take a break. Mm-hmm. But Amara La Negra, opinion? You like her?
I love Amara.
Yeah.
I love Amara. Like, what? That girl she is so beautiful. Mind you, before Love and Hip Hop, I was following her, like, on the low. Not, like, OD or anything like that. I was following her a bit. And I really do say I'm so happy she's here.
Right.
Because no one since Celia Cruz. Yeah, Celia Cruz has been
a representation of Afro-Latinos.
Yeah, to be very honest.
In the mainstream. Yeah. But like we discussed yesterday, we said that the main reason for Celia Cruz's success was because of like the radio. A lot of people back in the day, even as like as far back as like the 80s or whatever, like you really didn't know who these artists looked like.
Right.
You just listened to the music.
She was able to get famous because of that, because when people did not know she was Afro-Latina. And now today we have Amara coming out, fully Afro-Latina, afro on her head, beautiful chocolate skin, and she's out here and she's repping for the Afro-Latina. She's repping for the women like her, even though at every turn she's being invalidated. And I'm just like, yes, girl, go on. Even people in her own country are putting on blackface and really just caricaturing this woman, and even still she prevails. She's not backing down.
Right.
And the thing is, so much of us this is even like a running joke with some people. We say, a lot of Latinx people do know they have black in them, right? But they still keep denying it. They keep acting like they don't.
Every Latino is black.
No, not every. That's why I said like a lot of them, from certain countries. Like Dominicans, definitely. They have black in them. They have black in there. And that's the one place that's the most reoccurring with that joke. We say Dominicans are black. They'll have hair as, kinky as yours, but still want to insist that they ain't black. They will have skin as dark as yours, but still want to insist that they ain't black.
I'm not black. I'm Dominican.
Right. But now we have someone who's out here who's repping that proud Afro-Latina pride, and, like, people just want to, at every turn, come for her.
So speaking of coming for her, so we all know what went down on the show. We all know with her in Young Hollywood. We all seen the clips. But she went on to the Breakfast Club. I say breakfast. Breakfast.
The
Breakfast Club. I can't even say breakfast right, honestly.
Right. Just say however. I won't judge you.
The Breakfast Club. She was on there and she was being interviewed by, Charlamagne and DJ Envy, and they were talking about her come up, and they were talking about like colorism, basically. And so Charlamagne was like, but SZA made it, but Cardi B made it, and Cardi B had a struggle. She was a stripper, And I don't know why people always compare that struggle with the color of, with colorism. I don't understand why.
Those are two different avenues.
First off, Cardi B, she came out in an American market. As I said, I keep on saying it was like an American hip hop success story. Like, she started off as a stripper and then she became a rapper. We have seen people come out of hoods really selling drugs and become rappers. Like,
right, Jay-Z.
Yeah, this is this hip hop thing. What?
No, just keep going.
This is a hip hop thing when people come from the bottom then just come up to the top. People love that.
Yeah, they definitely do.
Honestly, love that so much.
It is. That's the American hip hop story. Like you keep saying, people love that whole "I came from nothing and I made it to something."
Yeah.
So of course that was what Cardi was representing.
Not only that, she's light skinned.
Right. Exactly.
So that's her success right there compared to Amara. She have to work all the way from the bottom. She's been working for years since she was a child.
Yep.
And she still hasn't really seen success until today. And she's like 27, 28? She's
Mind
been working
you,
hard.
she has an amazing voice. her songs are bops. Okay, again, tune in tomorrow 1 to 2. I will play Amara song.
Oh, so you know your time? 1 to 2?
Yeah. I know it now. Tales of a Retired Black Girl, y'all. Tune in. Yeah. But yeah, like Amara really has so much. I'm not gonna say so much more, but she really has been in this business for a longer time than Cardi has.
She knows the ins and outs.
Yep, Cardi came in because of this whole success story, basically, because of this whole, she was
People
a stripper
wanted to see her
and
succeed.
Right, people wanted to see someone who basically was like her, the girl from the hood, the girl who hasn't like poshed it up, all of that. So that's how she really like made her way. And again, she's light skinned. She is light skinned. So
if she was a shade darker, do you think that she would have been as successful?
Everyone would have been like, oh, she's extremely ratchet, she bitter, this, that, and the third, because people do not extend that type of gratitude to women who are darker. People do not extend that kind of like longevity to women who are darker.
Right.
Women who look more black don't get to make it in the world like as easily as women who get to like pass a little bit.
Yeah, you guys have to work 10 times as hard.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we're gonna leave that there, and then we're gonna go take a break, and then we're gonna come back with quickies. Well, we're gonna talk about that little 14-year-old boy that was caught smoking weed. That's
ooh. Okay.
So in honor of Mary J. Blige's Oscar nom, I'm gonna play one of my favorite songs off of her album, Growing Pains. Back in 2007, that had like Just Fine on there and all that.
Just fine.
Exactly.
Fine,
So this is Mary J. Blige with Work That. Okay. What happened? It's still on?
Mm-hmm. And we're back.
So finally, quickies. Mm-hmm. So Jake Dylan Grazer. Yes. He's 14 years old and he was caught smoking weed. If you don't know who Jack Dylan Grazer is, he was from the movie It. Mm-hmm. And I think he was that boy that ended up like breaking his arm or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. It was him.
First off, I thought he was like 12. So
these kids are growing up
growing
fast before my eyes.
That boy Caleb, the black boy from
he's 16 now. And I'm just like, oh my God.
I was like, what?
My children are growing before my eyes.
And the light-skinned boy from Grown, she's 18 now. And I was like, wow. I don't know where time is going because we're not even that much older than them.
Right. But it makes me feel like I'm ancient because I really got to see them grow before my own eyes. It's so weird.
That's the power of movies because, you know, they film them like months in advance or years in advance.
So then when you see them in actuality, you're like, why are you so old?
Yeah, exactly. And then Kylie Jenner being pregnant. Oh, no, I didn't even address the fact that he smoked. I don't care.
Right. To be very honest.
I don't
not
care.
Saying I'm promoting anything. I'm not. But
yeah,
I really don't care. At the end of the day, it's not like he broke into the store and like, you know, robbed it and shot 3 people. Like,
I was just mad at the fact that he didn't inhale properly, number one.
Yeah. That
and
was.
then secondly,
he wasn't inhaling anything.
I did worse things at 14. Right. It was fine. It's fine.
To be honest, if we're going to be real, 14, 15, around that age is when you're kind of discovering yourself and going through things. So you might do a few things and then, you know, you learn and you move on. And that's really it. So I don't really feel everyone or anyone should make a deal out of it. Like, just drop it, y'all. There are more pressing things to deal with.
Yeah. And now Kylie Jenner being pregnant, I don't care about that either.
I do not. I'm so over it. I'm so over this whole is she, isn't she, is she, isn't she? Because you know what's going to happen when she does that big reveal on their show? Everybody's going to tune in and they're going to make even more money. And I'm just over it. I don't care. I do not care, Kylie. I care more about why you felt the need to release all those shades you released after Fenty and then still have them out here looking like mud because everything literally looked so red. Address that. That's what I want you to address. Why does your packaging look like
I heard some girls actually did like her makeup, that little package for darker skin tones, right? And I was like, honey,
I hope y'all can hear that sigh because that's just my sigh.
I don't know why non-people of color always want to make. Oh, let me not say non-people. Is she a person of color?
No, actually she isn't. Kim and Chloe, I think,
and Courtney.
Courtney, yeah, but like she isn't.
She isn't.
She's just
Caucasian.
Yeah. Caucus. Hold
Oh,
on.
no.
She's just that. So, yeah. And honestly, I just want to know why. I just want to know when the obsession with her started and when it's going to die.
OMG.
But I don't think it's going to die anytime soon, since every single day my timeline is filled with, is Kylie pregnant or is not? The question I want to know is, what was that long pause, honestly? I really just forgot so much. What's his name again?
Travis.
Yes, thank you, Travis.
I hope Travis Scott isn't the baby's father, because I don't think I could.
I just want to know, is Travis Scott gonna escape or not?
How is that child gonna look?
I don't know.
Because Travis Scott is not the prettiest person in the world. He looks kind of funny.
Which is why he hides his face most of the time. Let's be real. I have my face too, y'all, but you know.
But then the baby's gonna be a mixture of Kylie's natural face and then Travis Scott's actual face.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. But you know, they're rich, so she's just gonna take off to her mama. Like, she's just gonna go fix it if there's anything wrong.
Oh no.
But really, truly, when is Travis gonna escape? And why is Kylie so obsessed with Rihanna?
There you go. Questions that shall be answered hopefully in the next couple weeks.
Next time on.
Well, final discussion.
Oh, never
Closing
mind.
thoughts.
Closing thoughts.
What is your New Year's resolution?
Actually, I chose not to have any resolutions this year because I really felt like it took away from me just focusing on building myself, kind of, because if I set like a limit, if I say, hey, I'm going to do it this year just because this New Year's coming, I felt like it wasn't going to happen for me.
Right.
I actually decided before the New Year, in like maybe November or so, to just be a better, like I always decide to be a better version of myself pretty much. And honestly, I can say like it's been working really well for me because I've been putting it into action since before the New Year, because I actually wanted to enter the new year more of the person I wanted to be before it even came. Right. So that's what I've done. I've honestly been more efficient this year, which is something I wanted to do in general in my life. I've been planning out more. I've been doing a lot I wanted to do without a resolution. So honestly, yeah, my resolution was to have no resolution and to just enjoy my year.
Yeah. Well, my New Year's resolution, well, first off, I was saying that I'm going to be the same person as I was in 2017.
Amen.
Because I had no intentions on changing or just doing anything because I thought of myself as perfect already. Mm-hmm. But I said I have to change my lifestyle a little bit now that I'm going to be working. Mm-hmm. This is my first on-campus job. So I have to change stuff up a little bit, have to be a little bit more responsible, have to really use my time management wisely. And I think I've been doing a good job at that so far.
Same.
Mm-hmm. And now I think I'm a little bit more goal-oriented. Now that I see stuff in the radio station kind of happening before our eyes, I think that's actually like very much amazing. And now that I'm securing some type of a bag.
Right. And
I have this built confidence all of a sudden during the new year. That I'm going to be doing well I want to work over the summer. Like, this goal for this year is to get an internship.
The goal for this year is an internship, travel.
Yeah.
And just live my best life. Be the best adult I can be. Exactly. Be the adult I had in my mind when I was a kid, basically.
So do you think 2018 is going to be a magical year?
Honestly, I'm not going to say magical. Actually, let me not say that. Let me not doubt it.
Because you never know.
I really do feel like...
Speak into existence.
Exactly. 2018 is going to be an amazing year. And this is something I've talked to a friend of mine about too, and I really sat there. Actually, two of my best friends, we had this conversation, and we were like, we both actually were thinking, we were all thinking the same thing even. We were like, we feel a different energy this year. We feel like this year is really going to be great. I'm seeing people around me like succeed, get things that, you know, they've wanted to do. I'm seeing progress. I'm seeing just a lot of good. Ow. There's minimal bad vibes so far. And I plan to like, you know, like there's just minimal bad vibes. It's all good so far. It's laughter and happiness. So I really do feel like this year is going to be a magical year. Yeah. And I really hope the same for everyone else. I really do hope everyone has a great year. Unless you're an awful person, then have an awful year. But if you're a good person, have the best year you possibly can, right. You know?
Well, with that being said, that was really good little closing thought. Good job. So thank you for tuning in to the Devin Hour on WKNJ 90.3 FM at King University.
Okay.
Tune in tomorrow for Annabelle's show. I keep wanting to call it Diary, but Tales of a Tired Black Girl from 1 to 2 every Thursday. That's your show.
Yep.
And tune into the Devin Hour every Wednesday from 5 to 6. It's not 12 to 1 anymore. I couldn't do the 12 to 1 anymore. I couldn't do it.
Right.
Because I was like dozing off doing every episode.
That's a mood. That is a mood.
Yeah. So tune in every week from 5 to 6 on the Devin Hour. I will be uploading every episode onto Mixcloud, YouTube if I feel like editing, SoundCloud if I feel like paying the coin for the space. Mm-hmm. You never know where we're going to go with this show.
Right. We could go everywhere.
And just tune into every show on a schedule. I put them on WKNJ90.3FM.com. We should be getting the streaming soon. Hopefully. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping for that. That's my goal for 2018.
Yes.
Is the live streaming. Hopefully. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for tuning in. And see you guys next week. And tune in tomorrow because I'll be on Annabelle's show too.
Yes, please.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.